Hey, and welcome to Tim's Tidbits with Tim and Larry E. How you doing, Larry?
Up, all right, Tim. You good?
I'm doing good, doing good, doing good.
Kind of late a little bit. I gotta take the blame on that one. When you put a brother on you, put the brother on the show. Sometimes we don't.
That clock
You like
thing, that internal clock thing, it's like, yeah,
it's like
it's kind of like when you start shows, right? You say we're gonna be starting at 8, which really means like 9 or 10.
yeah. We're gonna start around 8 or 9, 9ish, 8ish. We made that 8ish stuff up. That was our word, the 8ish. That's black folk made that up.
Everything okay?
Yeah, man. Life, man. Just surviving, trying to learn more as I get older, gain wisdom, stay in shape, keep my mind and body and soul
There
up.
you go.
Try to meet new people. You know how it goes.
Hey, man, it's every day. Well, anyhow, I popped up there exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight. One thing
Yeah, man.
that, a little bit of everything, I guess, but the one thing that you brought up was the Trilateral Commission and the Bilderberg Group.
Yeah, man. You know what? Did you read into it?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely, I
it's
did.
it's some real stuff going on, man. A lot of people don't even realize that these organizations exist, and this is just two of them. And like I said, a lot of people think the Illuminati is big. I'm like the Bilderberg Group and Trilateral Commission. They got some superpower people on the outside of the government that has governmental type power.
Absolutely. Well, the interesting thing in the Trilateral Commission was formed in 1973,
Hmm.
principally by American banker that was
David Rockefeller.
Rockefeller. Hmm.
Rockefeller goes way back to when. I don't think people remember Rockefeller. Does he? Doesn't he go back to
Oh, he's
the
back
oil
into the
days?
back
Beginning.
into
So
the
this is
Kennedys,
ascended.
all those.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Rockefeller's old man. That's that wealthy money. That's that old money right there.
And I understand, what, and it was, I think, to create trade, during the Cold War and
Hmm.
some of these other things that were going on. So I think the principle behind it, as far as the Trilateral Commission goes, I mean, you'll even hear Biden today talk about the Bilateral Commission.
Yeah, man. Because see, this is how it works, man. In America, and I know in America because I can't speak for other countries, but we vote, and usually it's Democrat, Republicans, and then you got like the liberal, and then you got the other ones that want to run independents. They never make it. So it's two major parties, and the two major parties is what we think is what is going to keep everything put together. How we operate in our normal lives, how we operate our norms. But they don't understand that it's always a hidden agenda, and it's always other groups that support these groups that's supposed to support us.
Right, right,
Okay,
right. Well, that's part of politics.
yeah, and
That's
it's deep.
politics. Hmm.
It's deeper than Republican and Democrat, and that's one reason why I want to talk about it, because a lot of people need to open their minds and be more insightful to other things that's going on. Because at the end of the day, if you look into these groups, the main thing I saw, they focus a lot on capitalism,
Right,
private property,
right.
maintaining no competition basically, and having the right. Remember I said that we run the market, we control the market as consumers. They're the ones that want to control the market. They want to set the prices. And if you think about capitalism, you think about private property and stuff like that, you got to think about the South, how they were with slavery. Because capitalists do not want the government to be involved. They want to keep it private. They want just their section, their people. They don't want the government to have anything to do with it. They want to control everything. And that's what the Civil War was between the South and the North. The government wanted to break that stuff up, and that's how it happened. That's the whole thing with slavery.
Mm.
Am I,
I
am I right about capitalism?
like I said, I find it interesting, but but once you get a, and the thing that I found out is the other group that you mentioned too, the Bilderberg group.
Mm-hmm.
Now that group is has a lot of influential people outside of the world of politics, and what
Oh,
is it? It's limited to like 60 some odd guests, and
yeah,
they meet
uh,
behind closed doors.
it's like a collective of elite North American and European politicians, business leaders, financiers, and academics. They actually got their hands in everything that makes the world go around. So I'm like, the government is big over here, but when it comes to like everything together, they got they got leaders,
Influence.
they got
There's a lot of
organizations,
influence there,
a lot of
obviously.
influence.
So if you think about it, yeah, we could do a lot about, the entire way that we move product, the logistics of products, like what's going on
Hmm.
today, and, the manufacturing of products, as well as, promoting whatever ideals we may have, whether it be clean energy or what, I don't know what their necessary agenda may be all the time, because obviously it's done behind closed doors, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So if it's done behind closed doors, you have all these non-political and political leaders that's dealing with academics and money. And when you say academics and money, that means dealing with smart people. They have smart people that have money, and that's their longevity, that's their wealth. And they're going to corner something. They got their hands all in the government, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these government officials in the Senate, House of Representatives, or whatever, I guarantee some of these people from these two organizations got them in there. They have the money, they have the connections.
Well, isn't there, I seen a statistic one place where there's like 60 some odd people whose combined wealth are more than that of the rest of the entire world.
Yeah, it's that. See, a lot of people, it's that 1%. Have you ever heard that one
Yeah.
percent? It's that 1%. It's a 1% of, and this is a million. How many is it? Billions of people.
Yeah. Well, 62,
Billion.
60 some odd people, if you put their combined wealth, they are wealthier than the rest of the world combined.
Yeah, not rich, but wealthy. And like people kind
Wealth.
of confuse being rich with wealthy.
Yeah.
When you wealthy, that means when you die, your kids gonna have money, their kids gonna have money, their kids gonna have money, their kids gonna have money. So that's long money. That money is never gonna, it's never going anywhere. You can be rich and go broke. I've seen the football players, athletes, and not athletes, but just anybody. I've seen a politician. I ain't gonna lie, I never seen a politician go broke. But I've seen anything other than the politician is rich. I've seen them go broke, but they will never go broke.
That point.
I saw a crackhead that was balling one time. He was buying up stuff from the hood, and I said, "Man, what's up?" He's, "I'm broke." I said, "Oh, shit, bro."
That's that comedian Larry, right?
Oh, man. Yeah.
He's broke.
Well, and what else did I find out about this little group? Okay, yeah, they were founded. Now, the Bilderbergs were founded in 1954, so they came along a little bit ahead of the Trilateral Commission.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they said, okay, now they are numbered between 120 and 150 people. As you said, they include industry people, finance, uh, you know, all kinds of people. And the thing that I don't like about that, again, Larry, is, you're getting into a situation to where that information that we come out of there privy to, we can share with, other investors, whatever the case may be. I mean, that's
Right.
almost to me I started having the alarm. Well, why isn't that like an insider trading? And, it's no wonder these people are so rich. If I'm getting a handle prematurely,
Exactly. They're controlling it. It's not even a conspiracy theory. These are facts, man. These are facts that people never knew about. And they say over 61 delegates, including 11 Americans from a total of 12 countries, attend the conference. So I'm like, and for a fact that they're plotting. They plotting to make some money, man. They got some stuff going on. They don't want them to know what's going on. They don't want us to know what's going on. That's why I said 1% of all of us that's rich. No, I'm gonna rephrase it. It's wealthy.
and you do, and you made a comparative earlier, and I had seen the same thing when I was reading about their groups. And you have the pros and cons both sides, obviously, and you're gonna have that. But even putting them in with the Illuminati's, and then how they all tie into various, even fraternal organizations
Hmm.
and governmental organizations.
Yeah, well, it happens sometimes because it's like I said, everybody wants to be a part of something. Um, Everybody wants to say, I'm part of this group. I know this person. And rich people, and that's what I learned. Rich people want to be with rich people
Mm-hmm.
because they can get richer. They can learn how to get richer.
Well, it's
Now,
all
rich
about your
people want to
circle of
be, yeah,
influence now, isn't it?
yeah, and the wealthy people want to be, because I understand, I guarantee you, wealthy people don't mess with rich people. They're like, hey, you might be rich, but you're not wealthy, so you can't be, I can't mess with you like that. Same thing with certain classes of people that are not rich or wealthy. Certain people don't mess with other people. You know, you never see. How can I say it? you never see, beer drinkers and crackheads don't hang out with each other because crackheads don't drink beer and beer drinkers don't smoke crack. So it goes like that. So and that's why I say that's the pro about it. Because Tim, I got a question for you. Say if you were rich and you had a chance to be wealthy, would you join one of those groups? Would you want to be part of that? Would you want your kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids to always have money? Would you want uh, uh, um, to corner market the market and control the market where you can say, I'm going to make all the consumers pay this price for this, even if they boycott, I'm still going to make them pay that price.
You
Would you
know,
want to be?
it's
You kind of on top of the game.
I know exactly what you're asking, and I would sit there and there's a part of you that says, "Yeah, man, that'd be sweet as hell, though,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?" But the other part of it is at what cost?
yeah. I
At what
I
cost?
wouldn't do it. I
Now,
wouldn't do it.
the thing that I've always believed in is, and my parents always put into my head is, you can't take it with you.
No.
And everybody's the same when it comes to, the time of reckoning.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can leave some back so that
So
the
your
people that you
kids
ain't
are
gonna never
cool.
meet won't struggle. You
Yeah,
ain't gonna know them. You dead. You ain't gonna know them, but they're gonna be wealthy.
there's
Like,
nothing
I ain't
wrong
know
with there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with a good work ethic. We'll just teach the
yeah,
kids how to
yeah. I ain't know
freaking get
my
out
great
there
great
and
great
work.
great grandfather, but I'm glad he left me these $15 trillion. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks.
You can't argue that. You cannot argue that. Let's move on. And this one really gets me too, because man, we miss Texas, but we don't miss Texas.
Ooh, this is a good one right here, man. We might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that the governor does down there that I like really question at times. Where his head's at. But this one on that Senate bill too, where the banning of transgenders, females from playing female sports.
Well, I'm like this, man. See, for one thing, it started. Well, their main argument with them is they don't want transgender men crossing the line to play female sports. Okay, that's what the big deal is now. I guess this is going on. This transgender. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I have no problem. I believe everybody should have equal rights. Okay, and it comes with black, white, men, women. I think everybody should be equal across the board. I swear I believe in that. Okay, but at the end of the day, we have gender rules. Men do certain things, women do certain things. We have norms, the way we live our life, and the beliefs we have within ourselves, the way we live our life. Okay, now at the end of the day, man, I don't think it's appropriate for a born male that's a male to say, hey, I wanna compete against women just because the other guys are kicking my ass. That's how I look at it. I'm like, you want to compete against women now. You already have a physical advantage. Okay, because men do have a physical advantage because I'm saying pro level. I'm not saying like all men have physical advantage against all women. Because like I say, I'm a male, but you will never see me trying to compete against a female basketball pro player. Won't happen because I know I'll lose.
There
But
you go.
Right.
I know I'll lose. I'm not a pro. You know what I'm saying? You give me one of them female pro players on the stage and want to tell some jokes, I eat up. But I know where I know my lane.
You know
And
your
then,
lane.
like I say, I know I stay in my lane.
I think didn't that all start with that wrestler down there?
Yeah, it was a wrestler that tried to be in the Olympics. Well, it started with Bruce Jenner, I think. Transgender's been here.
But I thought the
Okay.
the one the real controversy with the high school sports. I thought there was was it a male that was transing to female, and he was in the state wrestling, and they said no, you can't compete because you're a guy, but even though you're a girl, some garbage crap.
Yeah, and it was an incident in the Olympics also, where it was a guy that was attempting. I think he even made it. He said he was taking like not estrogen, but he was
The
taking
female hormones or whatever the heck it
Yeah,
is.
but I'm like, you're still a dude, man. I'm like, you can take them all you want. You're still a dude. Men have an advantage on a pro level when it comes to particular sports. Certain sports, men have advantages over women. Now we don't have advantage over women when it comes to like footwork and like ballet and when how they can women are more, how can I say, or better when it comes
Agile,
to agile.
agile and flexible.
Okay, we can't mess with women on that. Okay, I understand it, but when you start dealing with powerlifting, you start dealing with football, the aggression, you start dealing with any sport that deals with the advantages we have with women on a pro level that's not fair for a guy, a transgender man, to say I'm going to compete against them because now I identify as a woman, but I'm a man, and you are a man at birth.
How about the amateur level? Let's talk amateur level, where you're
Yeah,
at
well,
with the high school
they
sports
actually
and collegiate sports.
they're going to pass the bill from URL junior from grade school URL up into college and everything. It's going all the way up to college. Texas is banning all that. Texas don't want, and it's like 5 other states have already passed the law, and Texas jumping on board with it.
Let me guess, they're all down south.
It could be somewhere like that, you know. But you know,
I'm just saying,
you know what?
I miss Texas, but I don't miss Texas.
A lot of people might not agree with me, but I support it because. But let me tell you this: a lot of people know this. At the beginning, the only reason why they created male and female sports is because they didn't want the little girls. And I'm saying it because I'm taking a class now on gender, and I'm taking a class on gender, you know, everything about gender. So they didn't want the little boys to beat. They didn't want the girls to beat the boys and embarrass them.
Mm-hmm.
So they were trying to make sure the boys' egos stayed up because they want boys to be men and men to stay on top. They didn't want females to think that they're better than boys. That's how they established it. The man and women sports and boys and girls sports, just to protect the boys' feelings, because girls can kick your butt.
You know, I've 2 of my granddaughters play up in Wisconsin, and they play hockey. Mm-hmm. They're little hockey players, and they both play on male teams because the coaches want them on the team. Number one, because they're good. And they're fast. And secondly, you know, he don't care what the boys think. You're just going to have to get used to it. I mean, the girl can play some hockey, so she's on the team.
You think they can play professional hockey with the guys?
I would.
With them being so physical, the physicality of the game? What do you think?
Boy, that's an interesting question.
I wouldn't
want to put a female out there with. I mean, when you think about the physicality of that sport, now I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it just to give it a shot and see what happens. I mean, they've done it for football, they've done it for other sports, so why not give it a shot? I think they had a female goaltender, as a matter of fact. I think there may have been a female that.
I think so. Yes.
I mean, I don't know how long she may or may not have lasted, but yeah.
But I totally disagree with the. I don't think it's right for men to say just because I want to just play against women. No, you're a guy. I'm like, go out there and compete with them. We did it. I'm not. You just can't do it. It's embarrassing for men. It should be embarrassing for you.
I got another granddaughter that can school me in basketball. So what?
Yeah, you know. If I do some pickup ball, I got a female out there. She in trouble. I'm gonna try.
Larry's got a stuffer.
She in trouble. Like my daughter, when I play ball against my daughter, she 10. I wish she would. Man, please, I'm slapping the mess out of the ball. Like, hey, you ain't ready for me yet. I wish she would now. I want to do it against a pro lady. I'm like, no, I ain't playing. No, I say no. Nah, it's embarrassing me.
Down here just so my granddaughter can school you, Larry.
You hear that?
What's that?
I said I'll fly you down here just so my granddaughter can school you. She's straight out WNBA. Now stop talking. I done put it on the table.
No. I said my daughter.
Oh.
Once my daughter, she decided to be good in basketball and technical, I ain't gonna mess with her. I'm like, come on, Dad. Nope. Remember 15 years ago? I do, so nope.
Then you start blaming those old. Remember when I told you, honey, about my elbow? That's why I couldn't hit them threes.
Look, I'm your daddy. You can't do me like that. I'm your daddy. Hey, matter of fact,
So you're really so let me get this back to the point. You're for this Senate Bill 2, Senate Bill 20, or House Bill 25.
Yes, I'm for it only because if you are a man from they already did laws to protect little boys and men from women because women would kick a man's butt. They didn't want women to embarrass men so we can maintain our ego. Okay, since we already got protected, the protection always been there for us. Now, why would you want to go in and as a man and say, I want to play with women because I identify as women when you're a man?
Because he's identifying as a woman, part of that change. And it's
not fair. Because honestly, I'm talking at the pro level. Well, no, forget that. I ain't gonna say the pro level. All I'm saying is you are what you are. If you decide to do stuff outside of that, leave it out of sports. Leave it out. I ain't gonna say the same thing about politics. I ain't gonna say the same
We're
thing
just
about
digging it all up with the LBGTs.
yeah. No, well, no. Like
Come
I
on,
said, I
Larry.
have family members. I have family members that are part of that. But I'm saying is, I don't think it's fair for a transgender male to go in and contaminate women's sports. I think we already are men, and we had a physical advantage because of the way we were made. Okay, so why would you go into a pro sport and try to mess up their thing? They're not going to let you go mess up the males' thing.
I.e., if Bruce was Kaylee at the time, he would have tore up all the women anyhow.
But
so how fair is that, right?
Well, he was Bruce though, so there was a second.
Well, but still, I'm trying to, get a grasp on your point. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
I look at it this way: they're not going to allow women to come into male sports. They just now allowing women referees to come in. They just now allowing women to referee football games, whatever. They just allowing women. Women could have been doing that a long time ago. Okay, they could have been doing these things because they're capable. Women are strong. Women are smart, and they need to be treated equally. Now, since they didn't let women do that, why is it okay to let a male that identifies as a woman cross over?
But I want to go. I want to go back. I want to go back to that remark. They finally letting you don't think that there was some chauvinism involved in not letting these women do that, and finally the women's movement are starting to let these women in and do these things.
Well, we talking about equality right now, so there's an equality going across the board, and it's been happening a long time. It's been happening, and women on the bottom of the totem pole for a lot of things when it comes to equality. A lot of money wise, they get paid less. They don't get the best opportunities. Males get the best opportunity. I'm saying male and female. Okay, we aren't talking about the color. Male and female.
It's a male-driven society.
Yeah, that society they're set up as norms and gender rules.
And I don't think it's quite fair to the females in that regard. No, anyhow, we can move on back to you're right onto the topic is, should we allow a transgender male to compete in female sports? And I agree. Yeah, he would have an unfair advantage.
Yeah, that's what the law is stating. They're not saying anything about him being. They made the point is he would have an unfair advantage because him as a man on a pro level. Period. It doesn't matter. You take any pro male and stick him the pro. You take LeBron James and put him out on the court, the women's basketball team, he's going to have an advantage. You can take the worst male basketball player and put him out there with the females. He's going to have an advantage because
I can't see LeBron with boobs.
I know, but you see what the advantage is? You take the best hockey. Let's go with soccer. You take the best male soccer player and stick him on the females team. He's going to have an advantage. Not saying they're not as good as him. It's just that at the pro level,
physically, yeah, there's a difference. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he shouldn't do that. I don't care how many pills he take. I'm just saying, if you transgender, be transgender. Stop trying to cross over and do sport. Let me tell you about sports. It's money involved. You know they're not gonna let the transgender male get involved in sports because they bet on women too. Sports have been better. It's better. Everybody bets on sports. They're not gonna allow that. And then saying that you got money on the game, and then now all of a sudden I said, no, I can't bet on this game. Or no, well, this person, you already know, say if a quarterback is out.
Your kicker's on the sidelines with a little bit of a nausea. What's wrong? It's that time of the month.
So you ain't got to go through there, man. He has advantage. I said, no.
Stop it, man.
Listen, be transgender and compete with men. Won't they just have a transgender team? I guess I don't know. Maybe all transgender males.
A co-ed team. Just have a co-ed team.
Co-ed transgender team.
Don't have to worry about it. But no, I understand your point. Point well taken. I mean, you don't see women competing with men in the Olympics. Why?
Yeah. No, right now they got mixed relays. They got mixed relays.
And that's kind of cool. I think that's slick. I like that.
It's it's cool, but it's mixed. You're not gonna have all women running against all men because you know why? You look at all the times. Look at all the times of the professional track athletes. Look at all their times.
Yeah.
Physically, women cannot compete against men because this is how it is when it comes to that sport in those times. But the mix is cool because you have two women on the relay, 2 women, 2 men.
See, at least God gave us one advantage over women. We're a little bit faster, a little bit stronger.
Yeah, but they got us, boy.
Everything else, we're just...
We've been holding them back for too long. Not me, not you. I'm talking about them.
Hey, let's bounce on to the free 2-year community college, which they decided to take out of the budget request. And what do you think about that? What do you think that would be of an advantage to have free 2-year college, community college?
Yeah, well,
Would it be boom?
the free, it does lot of great things. Um, One thing, free college, community college allows lower income students to go to college. Allows them to go to college, get an opportunity, and they got to understand that's one way to hold people back is make it where they can't afford education.
Hmm?
That's been another problem that we have dealt with. We've seen before. Am I correct?
100%.
Yeah. So why would you not? Why would you not want the people in your community to be smart and be educated? And one thing a lot of people don't see, a lot of people don't notice this, Tim. One thing about college that a lot of people kind of just don't pay attention to is when you go to college, you're around a bunch of professional people. You're around professional teachers. You're around not the superintendent, but you're around teachers and doctors and all that stuff. They're professional. They carry themselves a different way. Even the students, they pick up on that. They pick up on the atmosphere. It's a whole different atmosphere when you go to college. It ain't just the grades. It ain't just what your major is. It's all about the atmosphere. You're in a more professional atmosphere. So why would you not let people be involved in that professional atmosphere?
I think that it has so many advantages. There are disadvantages depending upon where you go to school and the education that you do receive, and what is that education acclimating you towards? Is it just towards getting out there and be a factory worker? Is it actually they're giving you some college preps to get you ready to go to a community college? Where, as you said, Larry, now I can associate with like-minded people who want to who want to advance their careers. I'm around professionals who are going to give me insight information so that I'm ability to grow as an individual. Now, as if I grow as an individual, it's not it. Common sense tells me it's going to spill over into the neighborhood.
Yes, they're going to pull other people in with them. They're going to see. They're going to see that I want to be like him or her. I see how professional they are just by going to school. I'm like,
Besides
there's no,
employment opportunities after you get at least your 2 years. Now, or
yeah,
you can apply it to a 4-year college. I'm going to take these 2 years that I got. I'm going to apply it to a 4-year college because I
yeah.
really want to do whatever.
Well, and dude, the part of our infrastructure with the government, money is allotted to like schools, highways. It's a lot of this money goes to these programs. So why not just let them just now? How much is it going to cost them anyway to pay these teachers, these professors, these doctors that teach these children, these young men and women how to be professional,
40,
how to be
50
assertive?
bucks an hour, whatever.
It's not going to hurt the neighborhood.
No.
I've driven by stadiums that they don't even occupy anymore. That just sits there. That's an eyesore. That hurts the neighborhood. Taxpayers have to pay for that, and they don't even use it anymore. They just knocked down the old Texas Stadium with the Dallas Cowboys, and it sat there. I'm like, they just
Up in
wasted all that
Irving?
money. Yeah, they're wasting money. You spend all these millions of dollars on a stadium for a team. Half these guys can't even tie their shoes. No offense to anybody that plays football that's watching the show. Can't tie their shoes or read. But then again, you making a complaint that I don't want to let them go to school for 2 years junior college. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? They can learn.
Well, and think about again, I want to go spill back to the opportunities that it can present to an individual who goes to a school, okay, let's say a inner city school who's not receiving as much tax money, so they're not able to appropriate materials and teachers as well as a well-to-do area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, the what you learn is going to be conveyed to you in different types of ways depending upon where you're at, and I don't think necessarily a lot of these kids are even prepared for college because
Yeah, they're not. They're
the
not. In two
education
years,
that
it's
they
good.
received is like so basic.
Yeah, and like I've seen some kids that were very smart. I have a couple of friends of mine. They're very, very, very smart, man. And I wish I was as smart as them. I'm still getting my smart on now. It took me a little bit longer to bloom, but they were very smart and they never and they went to junior college, but they really couldn't afford to progress further. and I'm like, man, and I did it well because I used the military. So like I said, I was military, GI Bill, Hazelwood. Um, I got trades, and I'm still working on this last degree now. So,
See, I mean, listen, you're going to learn a skilled trade there
yeah,
too.
you could,
What are you
you
into?
can, huh?
It depends on what you're into. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you
could.
can learn a skilled trade and start your own business. It could be just a mobile business or anything. But why you going to trade school? I'm gonna rephrase that. You can go to a 2-year college and still take business courses. You can take accounting courses because you got to take your prereqs. Your prereqs are gonna be basic math.
Yep.
It's gonna be business. It's gonna be writing. It's gonna be literature. It's gonna be arts. They will teach a stumble of things. Spanish. I learned how to speak Spanish too in college.
Now
So
think about
uh,
what that does for the American workforce.
it makes everybody. How can I say it? It makes them more
A cut
marketable.
above. Now I got
Yeah,
a better
more marketable.
selection. Yeah,
Yeah,
they are more marketable, and I have more
right.
people coming at me with the ability to fulfill the job requirements that I'm asking for.
I'm gonna tell you. I work at a lot of stores. They're Hispanic people. A lot of them can't really speak English. When I speak Spanish to them, they they're happy. They're like, "Oh, he speaks Spanish and he's a brother." Then they start speaking more Spanish, and I just do what I normally do. See, because I don't know what they're talking about. I just know my
Right.
basic
You
stuff.
know, the only one I know,
You know,
K,
okay?
I say
K,
I'm about
K.
35. I say I'm about fluent. I can go about 30%, and then when it comes to writing, I can write about 30% Spanish and read 30%, and then the conversations. Once I pick on keywords,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about 60%. But I should be bilingual by now, more fluent. But kind of fell off a little bit. I'm still working on it.
And there's other, and there you go, Larry. But there's another thing that you can get into in school.
Yeah, it's all kinds of
All
things,
kinds of
and
stuff. It depends on what is your interest. And I think that was the thing, and you just had mentioned that a little bit, like when you're back in high school, as for instance, it's just like, did you necessarily apply yourself 100%? Well, no, because some of the topics I was very disinterested in
right.
and could have gave a shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell
But
you.
when I got to college, I was able to choose my career path, what I was enthusiastic about. I made the dean's list every semester, no problem, because I was interested.
What about your environment? Didn't it make you just feel that you were doing something important?
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
in the environment. You're around a bunch of professionals. Everybody was focused. A lot of them were focused. A lot of them messed up. But you kind of drawn to the people that you're drawn to. I'm one of those focus driven type guys. So, and I'm pretty sure, and a lot of kids didn't have that or don't have the opportunities. They're stuck in unprofessional environments in high schools with the teachers. Not saying that some schools don't have some teachers, some schools they don't have the funding, and it's sad because some schools do have the funding and it's a more professional environment, and those kids are already been prepped for college. You can take some college courses in high school. Some schools like to do that, so you already got one step ahead.
Well, when you start talking, going into like leadership studies and business management studies, and you want that tool in everybody's hock. You want everybody with the same abilities because it doesn't matter. Nobody's more important or the other person, and everybody has something to contribute.
That's what a
That's a
professional
skilled.
does.
That's a skilled workforce. That's how you
Yeah,
want it.
skilled worker. You want professionals, and that's what a professional doesn't mean that you're a certain. I'm go back to race. You don't have to be a certain race or whatever, a certain ethnicity to be professional. Professionalism is straight up
It's
how you carry
irrelevant.
yourself, what your integrity is, or
Mm-hmm.
your discipline, or you focus, or you motivated. You will see a professional when you see one, whether it's in comedy, whether it can be hip hop, whether it could be when you look at your show, you do your shows and everything like that. You can look at TV and see the professional shows how they ran. You will see the main characters, but everybody behind the scenes, they know their job. It's not an ego issue, and they always like, for example, the NBA basketball show with Shaq, Charles, and I forget Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen like the documentary?
No.
You gotta look at the documentary. It's incredible. They did like a 4 series documentary about each character, Shaq and all the different characters. And the main thing, the producer, the main guy he talked about is allowing people to do their job, but do it professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Behind the scenes, everybody had their job. It wasn't the ego. Even Shaq and Charles and all them said, we do our thing here. They do their job there. Even when Shaq falls down, whatever, a lot of stuff is planned and it's all professional. That's why they're so successful.
You
And
know,
all they do is plan around the whole time.
that's why you have to have a vision. And
Hmm.
every business has a vision statement. This is what we want to
Yes.
do, and this is why we want to do it.
Right.
And if everybody buys into that, or develops a passion, saying, you know what, yeah, I understand that. I want to do that for that exact reason, because I can make this influence on other people, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, and then each individual creates their game plan on how they can contribute to that and make that all happen.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it works. It's just that's what happens in college, whether it's junior college,
Yeah,
4-year college,
and it's
or
good
you
for
get
them. Yeah, I
get
want
your
those people having
your
those
master's, your
skills.
doctorate. It's an environment when you step into a college, whether you want to go or not. Junior college on up, you're gonna like, man, I like the feel of this because you feel it's
Important.
a lot of people got they got promise.
Yep.
They got faith. They're like you feel the energy like I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to do something. I don't care what happened to my mother and father. I might be the first one in my family that went to college, but I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to do better. I'm gonna make sure my family is going to be well off. You feel the energy. You can feel that hope. You can kind of feel the energy of those dreams flowing out. I love it. I love the environment.
But don't you love it? I love it more when I inspire and coach people to go and do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all for it, man.
Go do
I'm
that.
looking at the computer in my glasses.
Hey, we got some quick shout outs. Hello, Shanika. Hello, Pam. Hello, Deshaun. A couple people
Okay.
real quick.
Oh, that's cool. Hey.
What up, people? But anyhow, yeah, I mean, we're almost done. But let's
Yeah.
and
Hey,
I wanted to ask you a real quick question, since you are starting your own business, Larry, developing a website to promote yourself. You got any fitness tips for our people tonight?
Yeah, this is probably my most important fitness tip, and a lot of people always mess up when they do this. Okay, listen. The best way to lose weight, best way when it comes to exercise and lose weight, is intensity, intensity, intensity. You got to be intense. You got to raise your intensity in your workout. Do not go to the gym. I see a lot of people do it. Do not go to the gym and put it on maybe 3.5 or 4.5 and walk for 5 or 6 hours, or walk for an hour. It doesn't work like that, because your metabolism is not raising. You want to raise your metabolism up to a level where it starts burning calories. And the more intense your workout is, the higher your metabolism goes. And that's the key factor in burning calories. So I always remember people, when you exercise, don't keep it at the same pace the whole time. You got to add intensity. Intensity is very important, because it raises your metabolism, and that's what you need to burn those calories. So if you're not a great runner, don't put it on 8.9 and get thrown off the treadmill. Okay, start off with a little brisk walk and speed it up maybe to a little small jog, and then you keep building on that. You keep building on it, building on it. You got to get that intensity up. You got to eliminate a lot of those rest periods. You cannot sit there and chill out for 15, 20 minutes between sets. Limit the rest periods and be more intense. Get the metabolism burning.
Let me ask you about this. Real quick question about that. I don't see immediate results, Larry. I've been working out for 2 weeks. I really haven't lost any weight. I'm still where I'm at.
Yeah, see, you got to set realistic.
How do you keep those people encouraged?
Well, for one thing, I always do assessments. I ask them subjective questions and objective questions. My objective questions are, what do you do for a living? What do you like doing? Kind of like, do you sit down all day? What kind of shoes you wear? I ask questions trying to figure out what kind of workout plan can I put them on. And I always tell them, you got to make realistic goals. If your goal, if you're not conditioned, okay, if you're not conditioned, and you can be deconditioned, conditioned. If you're not conditioned, that means if you haven't worked out a long time, your body, your BMI, body mass index is high. That means that you like 60 pounds overweight or whatever. There's no way in the world you're going to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. I don't care how intense you get.
No matter what the commercials say.
That's what the celebrities.
That's what the commercials say.
No, that's bullcrap. Real people. See, I train real people. I don't train celebrities. I wish I could, because they'll pay more money. But right. I train real people. I train people that really I train the 9 and 5ers. But like I say for myself, I'm conditioned. I can easily go to the gym, and I can weigh 217 and go to the gym, and I can lose and I come back and weigh 207 next week. But my workouts are very intense, and then it's all about what you eat too. It's about if you're a male or a female. Women have problems losing weight more than men because of their body type. That women have menstrual periods, they bloat a lot, their metabolism is not as fast as men, boys or whatever. So that's a problem women have. But when it comes to regular people, a person that's basically, I put you on a treadmill and see, I give you a mile. If you can run a mile in a certain time, you're doing well. You got a good chance of losing weight because then again, you can I can raise your intensity and then I can push you harder.
Now you're doing that off of a baseline that you're creating from my pulse rate when I'm first starting to work out.
Well, because it's different tests. You can do a step test. You can do like a treadmill test, and then somebody's deconditioned. If they're totally deconditioned, you don't want to give them. Or if they have a health problem, stuff like that, you can't give them stuff like that.
Well, how do you create a baseline for me? So I'm just starting out with you. Yep, well, you're going to say, Tim, your heart rate should be here when you're doing this much workout, and so we need to adjust those levels, as you said.
Yeah, I would have to calculate your VO max, and that's basically your heart rate times intensity level, and I would have to go back and calculate that. And that's something you got to calculate. But I still have to. You got to understand, Tim. You come recovering from cancer, so I can't really push you like that. And it's certain people with certain things, like say if you got high blood pressure, maybe if you have recover from cancer, or maybe if you certain things, like maybe if you're a female and you're pregnant, you can't work out past a certain trimester. You got to look at what they're. That's the subjective questions that you ask. You got to find out what is their medical history, and then I'll start with that. And I've been training people for so long, I can look at you and tell. I'm like, well, what did you? Then I ask them, what did you? Have you been an athlete? When's the last time you worked out? What sports did you participate in? I look at your age. I look at everything before I even do a workout. But I can look at a person and tell whether they conditioned or not. They conditioned. You got to give them a certain step test too. You got to get a certain, how can I say, assessment test. You get a certain assessment.
Yep. I would think, for your own safety, so to speak.
Yeah, because you don't want to kill anybody. But that's why you gotta.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch that joke. You're right. Too soon. Way too soon. Hang on, let me tell it.
Hey, Jim,
I shouldn't have told that joke.
Let me go back real quick to the transgender thing, because I want to make sure I don't want to get babied on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I don't agree with men that identify as men that are not having success in the sport with men to say, I agree as a woman now, and I want to compete against women. No, I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with the segregation when it comes to with sports, but that's the general rules we have, and that's the norms we live by. I don't agree with men getting their butt kicked against other men and saying, I want to compete against women now. Okay? That's what I mean by that. I'm not saying I don't like them, because I have no problem with anyone that's transgender or anyone. I don't know the acronym with the thing.
No, but I agree with what you're saying with your viewpoint. And I think, you brought something up earlier that said, why not have a co-ed team that if that's what you really want to participate in and participate as a female in the co-ed team, then only it's somewhat balanced.
Yeah, they got female football teams. I'm like, I still don't think you should do that, because let them have their football. I'm like,
well, you and I both know a professional female football player.
Yeah.
Okay, now wait, and I wouldn't mess with her.
No, but I don't think it's right for a man that they can't compete with men to go join them. Like,
but I don't think that would work either. No, I agree 100%.
No, it ain't fair. If you're gonna, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you didn't let women intrude into that sport with men, don't let them do it either. Whether they identify with women now, I don't care. If you started competing against man as a man, you need to stick with that.
Interesting. Fair. There we are.
So if anybody get mad at me,
that's the way it is,
Yeah, but it's fair. I think what I'm saying is fair. It's fair.
I agree. Real quick, Larry, tell everybody how they can follow you.
All right, check me out on Facebook, SDL Junior Larry, and then also you can look up LRE Fitness. I have some videos posted there, and also Instagram, LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. So I'm gradually putting new stuff up there. I have some photos of myself after I worked out, some guys I worked out with, so, and I'm building my clientele. I'm making more diverse. I'm getting ready to do my first song to promote my business. And
wait a minute, you're I didn't know you was a musician too.
Yeah, I'm finna do a song. I'm gonna take the beat. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I'm gonna take the beat and say I'm a trainer. I'm a personal trainer, homie. I'm a trainer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you know,
I'm a do. Yeah,
that's what the
this gonna be
music.
my theme song,
That's a good music community thing. You steal each other's shit.
and it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a video, have people in it. It's gonna be fun. You know me. It's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be
Absolutely.
good because I got rap skills. Bro got that spit game. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the glasses and the smooth taste fool you, baby.
You gonna go in studio or do that?
Yeah, it's gonna be professional. I'm going to the studio. I'm writing it right now. I'm gonna get it mastered. I'm gonna get everything done with it. Get the ad libs put in it before the final product comes out. It's gonna be fire.
That'll be
It's gonna be
fun.
it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be funny. But you already know the song. Everybody knows the rap. I'm a hustler. Jay-Z was in it. Switch Beats made the beat. Cassidy made a song out of it. So I'm
I'm
just
a
gonna take the
trainer.
beat, the instrumental, take
I'm
the instrumental and
I'm a
do my
trainer,
thing to it.
baby.
What's that?
I said I'm a trainer, baby.
Yeah, I'm a trainer. Personal trainer, homie. So you're here when you hear the song, it's gonna be smooth, it's gonna be funny. You can be like,
Wow, I'm
"Hey,
not.
it's
You know I'm
crazy."
gonna go crazy on it. Yeah, 100%,
Yeah,
man.
y'all gonna think I'm
100%.
crazy, but y'all know my personality. You know that I can flip it. I can just go ahead and just talk to you, be sophisticated with you, flip it and do another rap with you, train you. You know, it doesn't really matter with me. You know, because I have no ceiling when it comes to being an individual and being myself. And people should always be themselves and be individuals. And whatever skills you got, you need to put it out there. Let everybody see who you are.
Mm,
Don't never hold back. Never hold back. Let everybody see who you are.
that's keeping it 100. Anyhow, hey, people, you want to follow me? Get a hold of me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Easy to get me on thequeensylvieshow.com and go ahead and jump on the email list there. And that handles just about all of our shows, the Queen Sylvie Show, the Now You Know Show, and Tim's Tid-Bits. So make sure you get on to, again, www.thequeensylvieshow.com to follow me. Just don't follow me too close. I get a little
Right.
bit, I get a little bit weirded out by people who are just following me, you know.
I need some followers, man. Come on. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, those type of follows. I thought of
Okay, yeah. I
those
got
type
followed by
of.
the police last week. I was like, hey man, LRE Fitness, baby. I like I'm used to them. So
You made me think of a song. I wonder if I got that song real quick. Hang on a second.
you got
Talking about. Hang on just a second. See what I got going on over here. Look in the videos.
what's up, Sylvia? What you think? We flowing?
Man, I think we are just knocking it out of
I
the
am
damn
so
park.
sitting
That's what
back.
I think.
Sitting back, loving it. Y'all doing so great. Very proud of y'all. Blowing up.
I'm glad y'all put me on because I wanted to start me a little show, and then I thank you,
Well,
Tim,
see,
for
this is getting
helping
you
me
ready
out.
Well,
for
hey, man, it
everything.
gets you acclimated and gets you out there so people know who in the hell is this Larry guy, and he's got.
See how versatile you are.
Yeah, I told y'all a long time ago I was just getting started when you had the
Yeah.
show down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember a while back? Hey, like I
What did
say,
I tell you?
it's never too late.
Okay, what I tell you?
Did Don't Mess with the Queen and Smooth Tim?
I guess that.
Yeah, that's right. Don't mess with us. Here. I know that this is what I was sitting there thinking about is people following you, but this would be okay too. Hang on a second here. This is one of my favorite little numbers. This happened a lot, not too long ago.
Oh, and Queen, you did tell me you was gonna pop off.
Yeah.
This little girl, she looks so sweet. I follow her half a mile. I wanna stop and talk a while. Well, I was looking back to see if she was looking back to see if I was looking back at her. Well, I was looking back to see if she was looking back to see if.
Man, he jamming, man.
Yeah, they cut up in studio years on there.
Now that's a friend of mine from down there in Dallas. As a matter of fact, Rocky
They should have
Atlas.
had me. I could have wrote some hip hop for that and just.
Yeah. Now, Rocky used to play with John Mayhill and the Blues Breakers.
Ooh, rock. I love rock.
No, they are huge in Europe, and he toured.
Oh, okay.
He toured with them. He took Eric Clapton's place in the band. That
Ooh,
guy
I
that
know
was
Eric Clapton.
the one far guy playing guitar, Rocky. Yeah, that was a jam. That was a lot of fun.
It looked like it was fun.
Good times. But that's when you say, hey, I followed her for half a mile, huh? Stalker.
I'm gonna say yeah. Be in jail doing that now.
Who that?
get R. Kelly up in this piece for somebody.
I'm just saying, you know what? Yeah, get some peace bonds out on me. But anyhow, hey man, I'm gonna say goodnight. Say goodnight to the crowd. We love you. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. That would be Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
It was my fault.
Man, it's all good. It's all good, brother. No problem.